Let them come, let them try it. We are ready, they shall see. The pickets, they are posted, and you can count on me.
So it's shoulders, boys, to shoulders. If you see the bailiff, shout.
Keep the tenants in their flats and kick the Tories out. Really interesting shop.
It's a refuge for all sorts of little radical groups that have nowhere else to go and nobody else to house them.
One of the rooms on the top floor was used as a residential space, and historically it has been used for a warden of the building. Then it evolved into being used for homeless people who were working for Peace News Crampton there.
When I first came to the building, the bookshop was here, Peace News was here, one or two other radical offshoots, Gay Switchboard, Pax Christi, which is a Catholic peace movement, had their little office upstairs here.
It's never been the most brightly lit, welcoming place to be because it's narrow and doesn't, the only natural light is through the front.
It's a standard, what I think of as a Dutch type building, sort of high but very narrow. I mean, the shop would be 11, 12 feet wide perhaps, to allow for the 2.5, 3 feet for the corridor to get upstairs.
Everyone should look in Houseman's. It's a precious institution.
The King's Cross we moved into in 1959 was busy and thriving commercially. Poor residential area, but not really half out.
It was a very central area for people who wanted to come and see us. We were very lucky. It was a rather unlikely looking place to take, but it was a reasonable price, although King's Cross even then was, in its hinterland, a very run-down area.
There have been periods when you've heard gulping down the phone saying, "Oh, King's Cross, I'm not sure about that."
Walking through King's Cross remains a bit of an ordeal, I have to say.
It's not turned into somewhere glitzy yet, like Canary Wharf, nor is it overrun with tourists.
It does retain its own character.
Let them come, let them try it, we are ready, they shall see. The pickets, they are posted, and you can count on me.
The deterioration of Houseman's really began when the railways first came out with the good idea of the Channel Tunnel, but by bringing it right across our swathe of King's Cross and demolishing whole areas, including our and other buildings.
Development companies, or so-called development companies, came here to try and buy up the whole area, to knock it down and build a big office tower.
The developers bought up the land on 3 sides of us.
Said, name your price, you are in the way.
It was the biggest redevelopment site in the country.
At that point, lots of our customers got scared and moved out of the area. Lots of others struggled on and eventually gave up. The whole area became, in that sense, depopulated.
So it's shoulders, boys, to shoulders. If you see the bailiffs, shout. Keep the tenants in their flats and kick the Tories out.
Caledonian Road was a very successful retailing area. On the corner, there was a tailor's, and round the corner, one of London's biggest jewellers. A very busy shopping area.
Very busy. You had the Continental stores, you had the cafe, which I can remember what it's called now. It used to be called Vitario's. I think it's the Beano now. A variety of local shops that have been there forever, many of which are not now or have changed.
It became the biggest redevelopment site in the country. The developers bought up the land on 3 sides of us, said, name your price, you are in the way.
Let them come, let them try it, we are ready, they shall see. The pickets, they are posted, and you can count on me.
The developers brought up the land on 3 sides of us and said, name your price, you are in the way. We said no.
We said no. We said no.
We refused to sell.
We said no.
The community thinks what you're up to is not a good idea, and we are part of this community, and we are not going to do it.
Did you ever read Asterix? Oh God, you've got to read Asterix. He was a very tiny warrior in a cartoon series, and their village is holding out against the whole might of the Roman Empire. And so it's very much like Little Houseman's, holding out against the whole development this guy wants to put up.
Everyone should look in Houseman's. It's a precious institution.
There's nowhere else in London you'd go to get the kind of literature you can get in Houseman's bookshop. There are other bookshops, but they tend to be slightly more establishment, slightly more upper class. Houseman's, I think, is the best in terms of popular access to important documents.
There is radical politics everywhere. Most of the institutions like the NCCL and Time Out have gone. But Houseman's is still there. Pop down and have a look in it. 5 Caledonian Road. We are still here.